In schools, we have girls group and young women's group, but there are no young men. It's always, tough it up, just forget about it, keep moving on. You're not allowed to cry, you're not allowed to show emotion, you always have to be this, that, nothing. You can't show yourself. They need to have certain programs in school that show men and young boys that it's okay to show your emotion. Yes. You don't always have to have that barrier.
That's where it starts. Wow.
They have spoken.
Getting goosebumps.
Yeah, it's true.
And so the way I see Sacred Women is what we're doing, every cohort is a cell.
Right.
And the intention is that that cell, if even 50% were to start something similar for their constituents, whatever your constituents is, right? And do the same sort of work, and then those people take it again. And my intention, this is the universe. The ancestors gave us this. This is a download that came, and so take it, run with it, and spread it. That's how we're gonna move faster and quicker and raise the consciousness of our people and all peoples. That's exactly how we're gonna do it. You know, my intention was very, very clear. I was expanding the Sacred Leaders Training Program, period. And this was going to be the year that I would take the training program that I had been doing in Toronto with women since 2009 and make it accessible to women anywhere that they were. And the only way to do that is to do that through an online platform. And I decided to do that in LA using a 7-day intensive as the base for this training so that it could be filmed and become accessible to women around the world.
Life is beautiful. Stop worrying yourself. Life is beautiful.
So women who have been traumatized, right? A big part of why I do this work is women who have been traumatized in any way, because not every woman who comes to me has had sexual violence or any kind of violence in their lives. But almost every woman who comes to me has had some kind of trauma. And so my work is about helping them to get back to themselves before the trauma. And I'm talking about before the trauma, meaning before all the influences. Before the influences of their mothers and their fathers at 0 to 3 years old. Before the influences of kindergarten, before the influences of elementary school, before the influences of high school. I'm talking about getting them back to remembering who they are in truth and why they came to this planet. And I have found in my experience that shifts everything. Because then it's not about the trauma they experienced. It's about why they came into this world, in spite of the trauma that they experienced. And that is important. When we decided to do the intensive in LA, it was important to use the same process that we use, the same selection process that we use for the 10-month-long program. And so we put out a call for women to apply. We had, my recollection, we had over 50 women who applied. Many of the women were great, were amazing, were fit the criteria. We're looking for readiness, willingness, and preparedness. And so we selected a group of women from the 50 odd, and then I divined. I went to the ancestors. I went to Spirit to support me in choosing which 7 women were to come into this process. And as a matter of fact, we were only going to choose 6. And as I sat with Spirit on who was to come into the process, 7 were selected. And what I have come to know that is true is that if I continue to surrender to the process that Spirit has given me, it will always be successful. Those 7 women who were chosen, and there are times when I think, oh no, I don't want that one, really. I hear very clearly, this person. Because Spirit knows and Spirit sees way beyond what I can see. Spirit knows and Spirit sees way beyond the story that they even told me.
My friend Kira had seen the posting on Facebook, I think, on one of her entertainment hosting sites, and she was like, Bernetta, you'd be perfect for this. You gotta apply. And I was like, I don't know, Kira. It's like, sounds like it's more like, because she was doing really big things at the time, and she was really getting into her hosting career. And I was really into alcohol. So I was like,
So Bernetta was filled with passion. She was funny as it gets. Like everything was a joke, right? Everything was a joke. She was very, very funny. And she was also very much in a place of searching. There was a disconnect, there was a disalignment, and she was trying to find it. These women not only gelled together in probably the quickest I've ever seen a group of women gel together. They just connected as though they knew each other before. As though they were sisters. They were talking and laughing and sharing and caring for each other and looking out in a few hours.
I was in a place again of waiting, of trying to figure out what's the next thing, because I just applied for a job promotion that I didn't get. I am interested in being coached, and I also want to pay it forward and become a life coach. I'm just waiting to see how it's going to emerge, how it's going to manifest itself, because that really has been my prayer, to be able to live my passion and be fully supported by it.